Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to another Geometry Dash level request video. I like recording these. Maybe I should record and stream them a little bit more because it feels like I give a little bit back to my viewers every time. Your support just blows me away sometimes, like we're almost at 30,000 subscribers already, which was my end of year goal. Whoosh! You can request levels through my Discord server and my Twitch streams when I'm live. The first level we're playing today, which I'm very excited to see actually, Beautiful Brushes by Furorem. Now, I uploaded one of this dude's levels in a level request video a little while back. I think it was World Weaving. At the time when I saw that, it had about 28 downloads or something like that. I clickbaited the title. So I'm excited to see what this is. This dude has a very unique art style. It's using the song Of Grass, I'm guessing, and Wind. There's probably a special symbol that can't be shown in game, but the song is by I Miss You, which is it's an interesting artist name. We're going to be going for maximum detail on this run. Oh. I'm guessing you have to fly through that portal. I had no idea. I thought this was auto. Ah, there's a transition in this time. Damn, this is looking very strange right off the bat. I really hope this is not triggering anyone's trypophobia, whatever it's called. The stuff from Peaceful. There's a lot of scale-hacked glow, which is making this look incredibly grainy. But the detail is certainly very interesting to look at. It's mainly using glow, which is making it look very blurry. Now remember from the last level, this dude's creating style is very unpolished. You can see the ground color at times kind of clashing with the other details. But he's fixed the transitions, it seems, especially on the sides. There were a couple of issues with how each object faded onto the screen and stuff, but this actually looks really fire. I am enjoying the colors a lot. It's just difficult to see where to go. That's the only problem. It looks really good. It puts you in a weird place. It's like you're traveling through an art gallery. Quite atmospheric too, which is incredible to say considering most of it's just like brush strokes created with 3D lines and stuff. Oh my god, dude. It never fails to blow me away. The floating leaves all around is such an interesting detail that I haven't actually seen done before. How you create a cluster of leaves and each individual leaf having like its own rotation. It just looks so cool in the background. That paired with the tasteful glow around some of the orbs and stuff in the midnight, it's awesome. Never before seen stuff right here. Dude, it's so pretty. It's dropping frames, I can't lie, but it does definitely give you enough option for detail. Like, there was 4 options. Very, very interesting. I like that a lot. The gameplay is very abstract. It doesn't have any sync because all of the songs are like free-flowing, but that honestly adds to the vibe that the level gives off. It's just like you're wandering through an open field. There's no structure to it or anything. It's just there. There's no structure, but there's definitely a lot of surroundings. I really, really like the way that looked and played. I think I'm going to put that as a 5-star feature. Awesome stuff. Wulzy Challenge Part 2, only making a level with glow. Now, there's more variation than that. It uses a lot of different objects. It looks messy while also looking weirdly correlated. It gives me a weird feeling. Got some J2O. Centerline by Lytra using Zizek's Time Shaper. It's quite an elegant design style that you've went for, I see straight away. Feels slightly disconnected so far due to the lack of structuring. The ground spike's not really making much sense with the rest of the decoration that's going on. But I do appreciate the layered glow that you've got going on. You're building up the light points against the dark points in the level, which is making some pretty nice contrast. It's quite important for a design level to have certain areas in the block design that stand out, so I think you've done that pretty well. It just feels quite strange due to these rounded ground spikes. I never really feel those because I always have a hard time myself decorating around them. Alright, I do see some influence from Dansman. I almost said Danswoman. God damn, my alt account is just taking over my life. Yeah. So it's swapping to an effect-driven style when it was previously all about that design, but there are some pretty nice transitions like what I'm seeing here. Just could do with some more detail in between and some more decoration that makes sense with everything else. Just some decoration to connect it all together because there are some pretty good looking parts, but I don't know, just the way it's all put together as a whole doesn't really feel very cohesive. It would probably help if you stopped having the gameplay being so drawn out with long dash orbs and black screen sections, stuff like that. Like I see this and I just see spaces down here that just aren't occupied by any saws or other decoration other than these copy-pasted floral effects right here, which look nice, don't get me wrong, but I feel like they could be tampered with slightly and there could be some more decoration within them that could be a bit more varied because it is apparent that they are quite copy-pasted. But I do like these neon decoration pieces here. It's So Normal by I Electri using 330 Scenes 2 by Axel. Is it really normal? It's looking easy to me, bro. Not a bad first impression so far. That movement was very nice. It caught me off guard slightly, but I could definitely predict it once I figured out what was going on. I was hoping that the backgrounds vary up a little bit because they are just made of arrows and checkerboards. It could definitely be more interesting considering how minimalistic everything else is. You've got the contrast from the blocks to the background. Now it's just time to expand upon both, add more details to each, and this will be infinitely more interesting because it's very bland as it stands. It's definitely clean and it has potential for sure, and it does turn into a layout form towards the end, which is disappointing because I was looking forward to seeing what else it would do. We've got a little robot section here, but this does appear to be unfinished. If you're struggling for ideas for decoration or effects or anything like that, I could suggest adding a blending screen above stuff, which could sort of tint that gray and make it a bit more colorful. You could definitely make some creative pulses and change the color a lot, and it would give it a bit more variety instead of looking so dull the whole time. Although the song is kind of lo-fi and it does make sense to have the gray color scheme, it could be spruced up a bit with that. Maybe you could get a few ideas from that. I don't know. Just thought I would help out a little bit since there was an unfinished part in the middle. Caves by Just Beans using Stereo. Madness by Forever Bound. Where's this going? Oh! Okay, there's a small bit of trickery going on. This does remind me of a map pack level, the way it's set out. We're in the caves now. I see the grey background resembles this very clearly. This may be a 1.0 level, but the imagery is very strong. I'm just imagining myself in the mines right now digging. You know what? It's simple and sweet. I mean, I'm not going to send this level, of course. It's 1.0 objects. There's not much impressive detail, but you know what? This level's putting me in a place. I can vibe with it. The Stereo Madness gives it a nostalgic feel as well. Very reminiscent of some main levels in the game, some map packs. I enjoyed that. It took me back to the past. I mean, of course there's not much expansion in detail or design or whatever, but I like it. There's a lot of charm in this, and it uses a couple of different tones than what you would normally see in 1.0 levels, like this brown. Unnamed 316 by Gelt. Is this new? 68 ID. Gelt? This dude's making a comeback apparently, okay. This seems to be an unfinished level from back in the day. Just taking a quick look at it, that's what I can infer. I am focusing so much on where to go because all of the detail is just so bright. I can barely even tell what the blocks are. What's fake, what's real, you know? Kind of forgot what early 2.0 was like. This also has a lot of charm to it, I must admit. I mean, it's almost unplayable, but we're getting there. Like, how was I supposed to know that was a UFO? But I do like this visual aesthetic where there's a lot of low opacity detail stacked on top of itself. I miss the days when people were more creative on how they actually utilized their colors instead of just adding like 100 billion color channels. This one probably uses a couple and just layers it on top of itself, which is a really cool aesthetic. I like it. It makes the whole level feel a lot more textured. It brings more life to the designs, in my opinion. It takes more than a quick glance to really register what's going on. I'm not going to send it because it was extremely messy and it was a bit annoying to play. I'm not going to be biased just because it's old. Magaya Nika by Real Cake using Creo Aura. Okay, interesting design straight away. What's striking me is the easings and timings on some of these movements. The song is extremely slow. I feel like it could do with some more flowy movements instead of those like sharp, quick movements. They work. I just feel like it would fit a lot more with the vibe that you're trying to go for right now with the colors and the song. If they were smoother, longer, you know, cool transition card. We're seeing more of the same style as the song kind of climaxes right here. I just skipped like half the level. Good lord. Nice sync right there with UFO. Although UFO is very easy to sync, it works pretty well. It doesn't switch up too much. I was looking for a bit of experimentation with some of the colors here because it's been dark pretty much the whole way so far. I do like the wobbly background though with the checkerboards. At least it's not just a plain old checkerboard. You've stepped out of your comfort zone with that, I think. Especially when you've got such heavy design in the foreground. It's quite bold to add effects in the background. The contrast was there. I just wish it was a bit more varied. I'm just taking a look in the editor right now. You can do pretty much anything to spice this up. You've got color changes, but you could change the whole visuals by just setting a black blending pulse to the details inside. Right here, I've done that in color channel 2, and it makes the blocks look a bit more void-like. I don't know. Combine that with an object line pulse and a pulse for the base of the spikes to white. You see, you could do a lot with this, and I don't know if it's really experimented too much. Now, experimentation isn't always necessary for a level, but for that, where it's just reusing the same designs and the same visuals over and over again, I don't know. You just need something that's going to keep my interest, I'm afraid. We're back to Stereo Madness for Philip V4 by Alcav. Philip. I think this level's about Philip. Yeah. Those are some giant portals, oh my lord. Scale hack much? Does that say Philip in text? Wulzy? Wulzy? Whoa. Whoa, it's Philip. Philip. Why is Philip not epic rated? Oh my god, what is happening? Philip V4. Oh, my eyes. Oh my god. Philip, me when Philip. Whoa, it's Philip. This one felt a little bit empty. There was some parts like this that were quite claustrophobic, but I think some of the parts towards the end, especially this ending sequence with Philip V4, it was kind of repetitive, kind of bland. It definitely has a lot of potential, but I think it could just be pushed that little bit further with some extra copy paste and rotations and stuff just to spice it up. Yeah, I just really enjoyed some of the designs, so I've pushed them to the absolute max right here. I think it looks beautiful. Truly a remarkable piece of work. 177,000 objects isn't too much either. Could probably be pushed to like 200,000. Maybe I'll send it then. Also, I felt like it was too long. I kind of prefer the tiny length when I'm playing a level. I don't know. Little Angel by El Mato Swag using Will of the Wisp OST 1 Maybe Tomorrow featuring Psy by Myolophone. I just needed to take a big deep breath because it took longer to read the song name than it does to subscribe to Wulzy. Let's see what Little Angel is. What do we have here? God damn! This glow is amazing so far. Look at the shading on the flowers. Man. And I love that there's something to keep me engaged with the movie. The transition's sick. The depth is cool. Oh my god. I love these little toggle orbs that come down as well. Making sure that you're still watching, you know. It's nice that it doesn't distract from the other visuals. It's kind of like built in. I like that. Man, there's so much to say. I can barely even focus on one thing at a time. Okay, slow down. The level's literally slow speed, but you know what I mean. It's like, there's so much to talk about right now. This is so cool. It's so bright and blossomy. I just really like the place that this has put me in so far. The border is sick as well. I haven't seen many borders like that experimented with, so that's something interesting. Man, we're floating off with the candles. That's beautiful. Thank you for playing and doing with me. I don't know what this means. I'm sorry, I'm not Spanish. I'm gonna put a 2-star easy feature on that. Desert Glade by Creator Excel using Creo Dune. Ooh, vibey intro cards straight away. Yeah, I love these style of levels. I'm glad to be back with this. These are my bread and butter. I can always get behind a nice modern level with slick transitions and stuff. Hell yeah. Divide Nick. I definitely recognize that name too. I think I might have played another one of his levels in a request video before, and it banged as well. Not surprised. Just great colors so far. I thought that was a slope, I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting to be bumped up by that background change. Okay. This one's a bit more bland in the middle than I was expecting. The long dash orbs, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, at least there's something happening while I'm hitting the dash orbs with the glow beams. I think that looks sick. I love the radial background as well. The small bit of shake I'm seeing in between these big jumps is really nice too. Makes it feel a lot more climactic, especially when the song picks up and has all of these little different sounds in the song. All the way through, I really like the black and bright contrast from the foreground to the background. I think it looks sick. Nice swell ending as well. I really like that. I'm going to send that for a feature. Good vibes from this one. 5 stars and then a 5-star feature. Boom. Sphera by Crispy Koala using Coal Bricks 30,000 or 30.0. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Interesting. Polka dot block design. I'm noticing that the transitions on the side of the screen are a little bit rough because there's no don't fade, don't enter, or there's not a suitable block transition to make them fade on and off nicely. But I like this idea of having like a bright white background and then lots of colorful detail in the middle that's kind of sectioned off with the black outlines. I think it's a nice aesthetic. It could just be pushed a lot further with some different moving effects or something like that, because the backgrounds are a bit strange, I can't lie, and some of the transitions are a bit weird too. If you had more movement overall in the level, it would make it easier for you to move on transitions and not have it look out of place. I thought those were orbs for some reason. I feel like such a loser. Sphera. That's a cool end screen. Okay. This level had a lot of nice ideas. I think the execution could have just been a lot better with different color changes instead of it just being stock hues. Like, imagine if this was all connected to one color. See, look, what you've done is you've added all the colors to different color channels, which is not advised. Oh, and you haven't layered these circles either. I wanted to select the inside of these circles and set them all to color channel 1. but the black circle around the outside is stopping me from doing that. Let me show you an example, okay? So if I set down a block that's using color channel 1, which I've set to a light red, and then I place another block beside it with incremented hue, say plus 50 or so, and then deselect it, we'll see a color difference even though they're both on the same color channel. So you'll see with one color channel, everything's on color channel 1, and one color trigger that's just changing it from that red to the yellow. I can change the whole lot of these squares just like that, and that will make it a lot easier for you to add pulsing effects or color changes, especially since your background is white. I think white and gray backgrounds are a really good opportunity for you to be able to use your colors very effectively. I just think that's the best way forward for you to do so. Final level for today is the Enchanted Forest by Lewin GD using Dan's Demand Atlantis by Dan's Demand. Ooh, okay. Nice sunset in the background. I really like the little sun rays that are cracking through the top of the woods right now. This is super interesting to look at. Great atmosphere with the rising particles right there. Not sure where they've went. Would have liked to see a bit more experimentation with those. Okay, I kind of bugged the ship there, I can't lie. Okay, interesting. You've got a slight color change on the bottom of the screen right there with a nice glow technique. Not sure if the level is fitting with the song at the moment. It feels very static. Like, I thought the sun was going to rise out the background or something. I think that will build the tension a lot more nicely, even though it's barely visible through these trees, which isn't a bad thing. It actually builds depth, so I'm glad you've got that there. Oh, but we've got a boss fight with some sort of machine. Not gonna lie, I don't know what this is. All that's missing from this, in my opinion, is probably a foreground around the corners of the screen, especially the bottom left and the bottom right. And some more clear indication of that gameplay. I had no idea I would turn it into a floating cube or anything like that. You've definitely got your settings nailed with this sort of sunlit, sunrise forest sort of thing. I just wish there was a bit more immersion with it, because you've done so well with the sun rays and the lighting. I think it would be nice for some more contrast around the edges, you know? Balancing out that brightness a little bit with a little bit of darkness. Interesting, and it has a lot of potential, but I'm not going to send this, I'm afraid. And that's that. Thank you so much for watching this Geometry Dash level request video. Check the links in the description, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day.